few more bases as well. I had drones sending to there to take them. So pretty soon, like, I would have been on 4 base, and then he would have no production facilities. So by the time, even if his army did kill my army, and then got around to all 4 of those bases, I probably would have made enough units to go ahead and kill those off.
Cool. Cool stuff.
Yep.
So this time we are not looking at a close position game. How does this change your early game outlook?
I just think it's going to be easier to hold off 2 Rex. Right now, I'm pretty happy if I ever see this far position 2 Rex. I'm probably going to see if I can maybe get away without making 2 spine crawlers, and because I see that he's spending the time to kill that overlord down at the bottom, I know I don't have to, because he's not really choosing to pressure me early on. So from here, I'm just going to go ahead and get the 1 spine crawler, make my 2 queens, and kind of go about my build as normal.
Cool. So nothing fancy, just typical early game with a few lings. When are we going to take that gas? That's something that.
When I'm being like bunker rushed, I take it after I've held off the bunker rush. But right now, I just take it on like 23 supply or so.
Okay. That's actually a little bit later than we had Red on. Red said he'd actually take it around 15 or 16 when the pool was morphing. What's your take on getting the gas earlier?
I play a more passive style, and I kind of am just like giving up any sort of possibility of being aggressive altogether, just for a few little drone advantages here and there. So I know I don't actually need speed to hold anything off. My lair is still quick enough to where I can hold off banshees, and my and with those extra drones, I feel like I actually have more tech mid game, like more units, to kind of compensate for giving up map control early on. Seeing that bunker in the middle there is kind of throwing me off. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is.
Maybe he's planning to lift his main.
I'm thinking he's trying to take the high yield somehow, but even then, like, the bunker is placed so odd. I don't know. And from here, doesn't have the expansion. Go ahead and suicide that overlord.
Okay, right around 36 supply. Oh no, wait, we're at 44 supply.
It was a little late. Yeah.
I lied. I was looking at the Terran supply, which is right around 36. So tower control shows us that he is in fact trying to take that high yield. Is this a panic situation?
This is a I don't really know what to do situation. I've never faced this, so my first I don't know. The first thing I'm thinking about is how is he going to be able to defend both these bases properly against Mutatech. So I'm probably going to adjust my build here, take both of Vespene Geysers a bit earlier, because I know he's going to play extremely passive and he just wants to guard that high yield at all costs. And go straight Muta with a little bit more of an econ advantage. And try and just overrun either the main or the natural with Mutatech. We'll see how successful it is.
Your Overlord timing seems pretty spot on still. Always popping out right before your injections come off.
Yep.
Could you tell us every Overlord we need from 0 supply up through 200?
No, I couldn't. I'm working on it though. I'm trying to get that down eventually. I probably could have done it for you in Brood War.
Yeah, I was about to ask that actually.
Yeah. When I was practicing for, like ESA finals or something, or Korea, yeah, I probably could have done that. I don't remember it now because I haven't played it in a while.
Your brain has blocked that out.
Yep. That's actually one of the hardest adjustments I had switching to StarCraft 2 is I kept remembering the Overlord timings for Brood War and kept trying to go off them.
How much does it hurt you to miss an Overlord in the first 5-6 minutes of the game?
Tons. Like sometimes I feel like I should just leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm extremely picky about stuff like that, though.
Well, as you should be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no reason to miss an Overlord in the first 10 minutes. I still do it all the time, and it pisses me off to no end. But when Rhett was on the stream, he started making fun of me for it because I do it so often. In fact, he missed an Overlord once, and he goes, "Oh look, I pulled a Mr. Bitter," and I wanted to cry.
Oh my god, it's ruthless.
All right, so these mutas are out pretty early. And this is pretty much according to plan. You're spreading them out. You're going to hit both his bases at once, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Just got the tank tech. Ooh, give me the tank. Yeah, now he's got to keep running back and forth between main and natural.
Yeah.
Eventually he's going to have turrets up, but not before he's taken a good amount of damage.
And in the meantime, you've taken not just a third, but a fourth as well.
Yep.
And here we just see a normal game unfolding once more. We pop into the machine can. Or try to, at least. There it is. Now, Jeff always likes to yell at me about spreading out Overlords around the map. I'm terrified to do it in ZVT because I feel like anytime I send an Overlord anywhere, it dies.
Yeah, I don't do it Zergling's Terran. I do it against Protoss, though. Generally, you just want to rely on Zerglings. You're going to have enough Zerglings anyway.
Okay, cool. So then what becomes the task of these Overlords? Are they just going to cluster up somewhere and hope that they don't die?
I'll spread them around bases, actually. Just to scout for drops. That's the one good thing they can do.
I see this cute little patrolling Zergling down at his fourth.
Yeah.
And another one just chilling out in his third.
I actually really like his build. It's like giving me a pretty hard time just trying to secure these Xel'Naga watchtowers.
Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like it. Certainly different. So this is actually a pretty scary looking ball of stuff. I guess it was until your Banelings got in the mix. Was that attack by him premature, do you feel?
No, he timed it at the same time they dropped my main, so it was actually
I completely
pretty
missed
well
the drop.
timed. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was using my Mutos to defend my main, so he was using it to kind of split me apart, but I unfortunately had enough units to deal with it, I guess.
And that's just because our economy is so big right now. We're actually sitting on 84 drones.
Yep.
Which is
probably a little heavy.
Substantial. And are you feeling a pretty strong commanding presence right now, or do you think you're
Yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty commanding presence for sure. His high yield, the one disadvantage of the high yield is that it mines out much quicker than regular bases, so he's going to try and defend the 6 o'clock base here pretty soon, or not the 6, whatever, 5 o'clock, I think. And when he does that, and moves out to actually take that expansion, I'm planning on hitting him with a timing attack before he can morph a Planetary Fortress, and I think it should end the game.
And you'll be maxed by then, I would imagine, or near it. Yeah, you're definitely maxed. So you're maxed now.
It's just too hard to defend these bases, I think. They're just too split apart.
And I gotta feel like that's probably all she wrote for our Terran superhero. Style life drop action.
Yeah, that's good.
But not good enough, I don't think.
He doesn't have enough reactors for being so marine heavy. That probably wasn't the best idea.
Sometimes I get in these positions against Terran where I feel like his macro is just bigger than mine, and he's making Marines faster than I can cope. You know, and sometimes, you know, I'll be trading Banelings and I'll be getting a lot of Marine kills, but he's just replacing them so fast that I just kind of run out of gas. Obviously, go ahead.
Yeah, generally that's gonna happen after some sort of like early 2-Rax play where he's managed to deal some sort of economy damage, and so you should never like kind of be getting overrun like that. I don't think. Was that what the question was?
Well, yeah, you know, the question is really, well, in those situations, how do we cope? And I think you kind of answered it by saying, well, don't get in that situation. Don't take that early damage.
Yeah. There's really like no great way to go about holding it off, like pulling yourself back into out of those situations. Like there is, but if you honestly were behind and had to pick a reason, find a reason, a way to pull yourself back into it, the answer would probably be Mutalisk control. Like any sort of harass you can do.
Muta control's hard when you're a noob.
It's very hard, even when you're not a noob.
So I definitely feel like this game's kind of over.
Yeah, I think so too.
Unfortunately, because it's so hard to attack into a Terran player, even if it's over, it's not quite over.
Yep. I'm gonna try and speed it up here.
1 million Baneling attack.
Yeah, we'll see.
And there's the GG. Sweet. Alright. Well, that was lovely. I'm going to actually bring in another Terran player, if you don't mind playing one more game for us.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let me just get him into the game here. Oh, where are you, Nick?
Can I run to the restroom?
Yeah,
really
go ahead.
fast?
Go ahead.
Alright,
Go ahead.
sure. Be right back.